Success is a word that carries so much weight, aspiration, and promise. For many, it's the ultimate goal, a destination where fulfillment, recognition, and satisfaction meet. Yet for others, success can evoke feelings of discomfort, anxiety, or even fear. These emotions are rarely discussed, as they often hide in the shadows, masked by excuses or rationalizations. The idea that you could fear success, consciously or unconsciously, might sound strange. After all, isn't success what everyone is striving for? But this fear is real, and its impact can be profound, shaping your decisions, behaviors, and even the opportunities you pursue or avoid. Fear of success isn't the loud, obvious kind of fear that paralyzes you in a moment of danger. It's subtle, quiet, and insidious. It whispers in your ear, making you second-guess your worthiness or readiness for the rewards that success might bring. It convinces you to stay small, to play it safe, to stick to what's familiar. And it does this so gently, so persuasively, that you might not even realize it's happening. But the consequences are unmistakable. Missed opportunities, stalled growth, and a lingering sense of frustration, as though you're standing in your own way. This fear often stems from deeper, unexamined beliefs about what success means and what it might demand of you. Success isn't just about achieving a goal. It comes with responsibilities, expectations, and changes, both internal and external. For some, these changes feel like risks too great to take. The fear isn't about failing to succeed. It's about what happens if you actually do. This fear can manifest in procrastination, self-sabotage, or a reluctance to fully commit to your goals. Recognizing this fear and understanding its roots is the first step toward breaking free from its grip. When you begin to uncover the hidden ways fear of success is influencing your life, you gain the power to challenge it. You start to see that success isn't something to fear, but something to embrace. An opportunity to grow, to contribute, and to live more fully. This journey isn't about erasing the fear completely. It's about understanding it, reframing it, and moving forward in spite of it. Because success isn't just about what you achieve, it's about who you become in the process. Fear of success often hides behind behaviors and thought patterns that seem unrelated or even justified. One of the most common ways it manifests is through procrastination. You tell yourself you're just waiting for the right time, or that you'll take action once everything is perfectly aligned. But in reality, these delays are often a form of resistance. Deep down, you may worry about what will happen if you succeed. Will it disrupt your life? Will it change how others see you? Will it demand more of you than you're ready to give? These questions linger beneath the surface, and procrastination becomes a way of avoiding them. Another hallmark of this fear is self-sabotage. This can take many forms, from setting unrealistic goals that are bound to fail to undermining your own efforts just as you're on the brink of success. On the surface, it might look like bad luck or poor planning, but often it's a subconscious attempt to stay within the boundaries of what feels safe and familiar. Fear of success reveals itself in perfectionism. While striving for excellence is admirable, perfectionism can become a trap. It convinces you that unless everything is flawless, it's better not to try at all. This mindset keeps you in a cycle of overthinking and inaction, preventing you from moving forward. At its core, perfectionism is often rooted in a fear of judgment, of being seen, of being vulnerable, of risking failure even in the midst of success. Relationships can be a breeding ground for this fear. You might worry that achieving your goals will create distance between you and the people you care about. Will they feel threatened or envious? Will they expect more from you or treat you differently? These concerns can lead to hesitation as you grapple with the potential impact of success on your social and emotional connections. It's not uncommon to downplay your achievements or shrink your ambitions in an effort to preserve harmony in your relationships. Another layer of this fear comes from the weight of responsibility that success brings. Success often means taking on greater challenges, making tougher decisions, and living up to higher expectations. This responsibility can feel overwhelming, leading you to question whether you're truly ready or capable. You might tell yourself that staying where you are is easier, safer, or more manageable, even if it means sacrificing your potential. The roots of these fears often trace back to childhood experiences or societal messages. Perhaps you were taught to be humble, to avoid standing out, or to prioritize others' needs over your own. These lessons, while well-intentioned, can create a conflict between your desire for success and your need for acceptance. You might feel torn between pursuing your goals and adhering to the values you were raised with, unsure of how to reconcile the two. To confront these fears, you first need to recognize them for what they are: protective mechanisms that are trying to shield you from perceived risks. They aren't inherently bad or wrong. They're simply outdated strategies that no longer serve you. By acknowledging these fears without judgment, you create space to explore them and begin to challenge their validity. You start to see that the risks of success are often far smaller and far more manageable than your fears would have you believe. Breaking free from this fear requires a shift in perspective. Instead of focusing on what you might lose, consider what you stand to gain. Success isn't about perfection or never making mistakes. It's about growth, learning, and contributing your unique gifts to the world. It's about stepping into your power and embracing the opportunities that come your way, even if they feel a little scary. Because the truth is, you're capable of far more than you realize, and the only thing standing in your way is the fear of finding out just how powerful you truly are. Overcoming the fear of success begins with understanding how it operates in your life and making deliberate choices to move beyond its influence. One of the most effective ways to tackle this fear is by reframing your relationship with change. Success, by its very nature, requires change, both external and internal. It might mean stepping into a new role, embracing new challenges, or living in a way that feels unfamiliar. This uncertainty can trigger resistance as your mind seeks to keep you within the boundaries of what feels safe. Change, however, is not something to fear. It's a sign of growth, progress, and evolution. To embrace success, you must learn to welcome change as a natural part of the journey. Start by identifying specific changes you associate with achieving your goals. What feels intimidating about them? Are there ways to prepare for these changes that can reduce their emotional weight? By breaking change into smaller, more manageable pieces, you can begin to face it with confidence rather than apprehension. Another key to addressing the fear of success is clarifying your values and priorities. Sometimes fear arises because success seems to conflict with what matters most to you. Perhaps you worry that professional achievements will come at the expense of personal relationships, or that pursuing your goals will require you to compromise your integrity. These concerns are valid and worth examining, but they don't have to be barriers. When you align your goals with your core values, you create a roadmap for success that feels authentic and fulfilling. Clarifying your values can help you address the fear of judgment that often accompanies success. The more visible you become, the more opinions you'll encounter, some supportive, some critical. This can be daunting, especially if you've tied your sense of worth to others' approval. But here's the truth. Not everyone will understand or agree with your journey, and that's okay. Your value isn't determined by others' perceptions, but by your commitment to living in alignment with your principles and aspirations. Taking consistent, intentional action is another powerful antidote to the fear of success. When you're stuck in a cycle of overthinking or avoidance, it's easy for fear to grow and take control. But action, no matter how small, creates momentum. It shifts your focus from what might go wrong to what you can do right now. Each step forward builds confidence, strengthens your skills, and reinforces your belief in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. Consider creating a plan that includes specific, actionable steps toward your goals. Focus on what's within your control and set realistic timelines for each milestone. This process not only helps you stay organized, but provides a sense of accomplishment as you track your progress. Success doesn't happen all at once. It's the result of many small, consistent actions over time. By taking one step at a time, you can gradually build the confidence to embrace success fully. Another strategy for overcoming the fear of success is cultivating a support system. Surround yourself with people who understand your goals, encourage your growth, and celebrate your achievements. These individuals can provide valuable perspective, helping you see the possibilities and opportunities that fear might obscure. They can hold you accountable, keeping you focused on your vision when doubts arise. Building a support system involves letting go of relationships that no longer serve your growth. This can be one of the most challenging aspects of pursuing success, as it may require setting boundaries or distancing yourself from people who are resistant to change. While this can be painful, it's an essential step in creating an environment that supports your journey. Remember, you don't have to face this process alone. Lean on your support system and seek guidance when needed. Fear of success often intertwines with the fear of responsibility. As you achieve more, you may feel an increasing weight of expectations, both from yourself and others. You might worry about maintaining your success. You might worry about meeting higher standards. These fears are natural, but they don't have to define your experience. Instead of viewing responsibility as a burden, see it as an opportunity to grow and make a positive impact. Responsibility doesn't mean doing everything perfectly or carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. It's about showing up with intention, learning from your experiences, and doing your best with the resources you have. It's about recognizing that you're human with strengths and limitations, and that success doesn't require you to be flawless. By embracing responsibility with grace and self-compassion, you can navigate its challenges without letting it overshadow the joy of your accomplishments. Finally, practice gratitude as a way to shift your focus, fear to possibility. Gratitude helps you see the progress you've made, the opportunities available to you, and the strengths you possess. It grounds you in the present moment, reminding you that success isn't just about future achievements. It's about appreciating the journey. When fear arises, take a moment to reflect on what you're grateful for. This simple practice can help you regain perspective and move forward with clarity and confidence. The fear of success is not an insurmountable obstacle. It's a signal, a reminder to pause, reflect, and realign with your vision. By addressing this fear with honesty and courage, you open the door to a life of greater purpose, fulfillment, and possibility. Success is not something to fear. It's something to embrace, one step at a time. Another aspect of overcoming the fear of success lies in redefining your identity. Success often requires you to evolve into a version of yourself that feels unfamiliar. This can be unsettling because we tend to anchor our sense of self in who we've been rather than who we're becoming. The idea of stepping into a new role, adopting new behaviors, or letting go of old patterns can create resistance. It's as if a part of you is questioning who you are to achieve this, or wondering what if you lose yourself in the process. To navigate this, you must shift your perspective on identity. Instead of seeing it as fixed and unchanging, recognize that it is fluid and adaptable. Growth doesn't mean losing who you are. It means uncovering deeper layers of your potential. Each step towards success is an opportunity to refine your character, expand your capabilities, and align more fully with your values. Start by visualizing the person you aspire to become. What qualities does this version of you embody? How do they approach challenges, interact with others, and live their daily life? This exercise isn't about creating an idealized version of yourself, but about identifying the traits and habits that support your goals. Once you have a clear vision, begin incorporating small actions that align with this identity into your routine. Over time, these actions will solidify into habits, and this version of yourself will feel natural and authentic. Another common barrier tied to the fear of success is the guilt that can arise when you begin to outgrow your environment. As you achieve more, you may notice that your priorities, interests, and values begin to shift. This can create tension in relationships, especially if those around you feel left behind or don't understand your journey. The fear of losing connections or being perceived as too ambitious can hold you back from fully embracing your potential. To address this, it's important to communicate openly with those close to you about your goals and the changes you're experiencing. Share your vision, express your gratitude for their support, and invite them to be part of your journey. While not everyone will resonate with your path, those who truly care about you will want to see you grow and succeed. At the same time, it's okay to let go of relationships that no longer align with your values or support your growth. This doesn't mean cutting people off harshly, but rather allowing natural shifts to occur as you move in different directions. Boundaries play a crucial role in overcoming the fear of success. As you achieve more, demands on your time and energy are likely to increase. Without clear boundaries, you risk overcommitting, burning out, or losing focus on what matters most. Successful individuals learn to protect their priorities by saying no to distractions and setting limits that honor their goals and well-being. Creating boundaries isn't about being selfish or unkind. It's about ensuring that you have the capacity to give your best to what truly matters. This includes making time for self-care, reflection, and the relationships that nurture you. When you establish boundaries with clarity and kindness, you create an environment that supports your growth and success. Another critical element in addressing the fear of success is building resilience. Success is not a linear journey. It's filled with ups and downs, unexpected challenges, and moments of doubt. Resilience is what allows you to navigate these fluctuations with grace and determination. It's the ability to adapt, bounce back, and stay committed to your vision even when things don't go as planned. Resilience is cultivated through perspective. Instead of viewing setbacks as failures, see them as opportunities to learn and grow. Each challenge you face strengthens your ability to handle the next one, building confidence in your capacity to overcome obstacles. Reflect on past experiences where you've navigated difficulties successfully. What strengths did you draw on? How can you apply those strengths to your current journey? One of the most overlooked aspects of resilience is the role of self-compassion. The pursuit of success often comes with high expectations, and it's easy to be hard on yourself when you fall short. But self-criticism can undermine your confidence and increase your fear of failure. Instead, practice treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. Acknowledge your efforts, celebrate your progress, and give yourself permission to learn and grow at your own pace. Finally, it's essential to redefine what success means to you. Often, the fear of success is rooted in societal definitions of achievement, wealth, status, recognition, that may not align with your true values. If you're pursuing a version of success that doesn't resonate with you, it's no wonder fear arises. Take the time to reflect on what success means to you personally. What does a fulfilling, meaningful life look like? How do you want to contribute to the world? And what legacy do you want to leave behind? When your definition of success aligns with your values, it becomes a source of motivation and inspiration rather than fear. You're no longer striving to meet external expectations, but pursuing goals that bring you genuine joy and fulfillment. This alignment helps you navigate the pressures that come with success, as you're grounded in a sense of purpose that transcends superficial measures of achievement. The journey to overcoming the fear of success is not about eliminating fear altogether. It's about changing your relationship with it. Fear is a natural response to stepping into the unknown, but it doesn't have to control your actions or define your path. By understanding its roots, challenging its narratives, and taking intentional steps forward, you can move beyond fear and embrace the opportunities that success brings. Success is not something to be feared. It's a reflection of your growth, potential, and contribution. It's an invitation to step into the fullness of who you are and what you're capable of achieving. When you let go of the fear and open yourself to possibility, you'll discover that success is not a destination, but a journey, one that's meant to be experienced with courage, curiosity, and gratitude. Success is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act in its presence. The fear of success, though subtle and often unspoken, holds immense power over how we perceive and pursue our potential. By bringing it to light, we create an opportunity to reclaim that power, transforming fear from a barrier into a stepping stone. The journey to embracing success begins with awareness, recognizing the ways in which fear manifests, influences your choices, and shapes your identity. It's not always about doing more or achieving faster, but about understanding the beliefs and patterns that guide your actions and deciding whether they serve your highest aspirations. This journey requires patience and self-compassion. Overcoming the fear of success isn't about forcing yourself into constant motion. It's about learning to move with intention, aligning your goals with your values, and giving yourself permission to grow at your own pace. It's about reframing your perception of discomfort, rejection, and change, seeing them not as threats, but as invitations to expand your capacity and resilience. Every moment of hesitation, every doubt that creeps in is an opportunity to practice courage, to take one step closer to the version of yourself that is not only capable of success, but deserving of it. The relationships you build, the boundaries you set, and the actions you take all form the framework for navigating this fear. You don't have to confront it alone. Support, mentorship, and collaboration can provide strength and perspective. Equally important is the relationship you cultivate with yourself, the way you honor your growth, celebrate your progress, and trust in your ability to handle both the rewards and responsibilities of success. This self-trust is what allows you to embrace opportunities without hesitation, knowing that you are prepared to rise to whatever challenges come your way. The fear of success often stems from a limited view of what success entails. By redefining it on your own terms, you release yourself from the constraints of societal expectations and create a vision that feels authentic and meaningful. Success then becomes not an endpoint to strive for, but a way of being, a daily commitment to living with purpose, contributing to others, and growing into the fullest expression of yourself. The process of overcoming this fear is not linear. It will ebb and flow as new challenges and opportunities arise. But each time you confront the fear, each time you take a step forward despite its presence, you strengthen your belief in yourself and your ability to thrive. Success doesn't require you to be fearless. It asks only that you be willing to grow beyond your fears, trusting that the journey will reveal strengths you never knew you had. In the end, the fear of success is not something to be eradicated but understood. It's a sign that you're stepping into uncharted territory, a reminder that you're reaching for something bigger than yourself. Embrace that fear as a companion, not a captor. Let it guide you toward the areas where you have the most room to grow and the greatest potential to shine. Success is not about perfection or invulnerability. It's about the courage to pursue a life that reflects your deepest values, aspirations, and strengths. And that courage, once embraced, can carry you farther than fear ever could.